Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Om Jnana
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Shalakaya Chakshurmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasad Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisheshaya Sri Radhi Pashata Deshikarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram. Yes, Uma Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So shloka chanting over today.
Prabhuji, your voice is a little bit low, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Now my voice is okay?
Still low, Prabhuji.
No, how can it be? My voice is strong, Mataji. Hare Krishna, my voice is clear?
I am getting low,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Yes,
Now,
Prabhuji. Yes.
Mataji, tell you one thing. Shloka chanting is over?
Shloka chant recitation over, Prabhuji.
Okay, very good. Then anything else? Any admin I have to add?
Laljit Prabhu and Manav Prabhu are the two co-hosts today, Prabhuji.
Okay. See, there are two previous batches. That is, batch number 9, batch number 8. They can be invited, Uma Mataji, from tomorrow for the classes. No, we can invite them also. Because space is there, some jagah is there. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
From tomorrow, no, we can invite the previous batches also.
Yes,
Prabhu
Prabhu.
would have missed some class, they will come. Okay?
Okay, Prabhu.
You are
Okay,
there
Prabhu.
in batch 9, batch 8, all of them?
Yes, Prabhu.
You are there, a host in
Yes,
all of them?
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Admin.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Tomorrow, can you do that?
Yes, Prabhu.
What? You can invite them for the both 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
Okay. Today with no point, class has already started. Tomorrow
Okay.
we.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank
Prabhuji.
you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Today, mental methods to be taken up in the
And then
seven
one
techniques.
more, that birth again, death again. We are
Birth
not.
again and death again.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
After that, Ashtakam by Suma Mataji.
Which Mataji? Suma. Which is the Ashtaka
Suma.
today?
Suma Mataji shared some Ashtakam Prabhuji. I will send the link, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
very short presentation, only 14 slides. We should finish quickly and then we'll show them the video.
Yes,
Of
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Karma Yoga. So first chapter was Arjuna's objection to fight. The second chapter was Krishna's answer to all the 5 objections. The third chapter of how work can be worship. And fourth chapter was what is spiritual knowledge. The fifth chapter continues on how work can be worship. As such, work is not worship. Many people say work is not. How to make work into worship. That should be there. How by your work you can worship the Lord. Not that I'm doing some work and that is worship. That is nonsense. That has become propaganda today. Work is worship. That way animals are also working. Is that worship? No. How, as human beings, we can turn work to worship. We already discussed that. We discussed that more. The first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita discuss how by karma you can reach bhakti. The middle 6 chapters is bhakti itself. The last 6 chapters, how through jnana you can reach bhakti. So this is FAQ, frequently asked question. The same question Arjuna asked in the third chapter. He's asking again. Arjuna vacha sannyasam karmanam Krishna punar yogam jasam shasti yashya etoyor ekam tanme bhuvi sunishita. Oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce work, and again you recommend work with devotion. Now will you tell me definitely which of the two is more beneficial? Okay, can you understand this? It's the same question he asked in the beginning of the third chapter. Why? Why is this question is asked again and again? And why again and again Krishna is saying that karma yoga is better than karma sannyasa? Because for society today, practically in Kali Yuga today, karma sannyasa is not practical, is not at all recommended. Rather, in the Shastra, it is one of the 5 things banned is one is karma sannyasa. It is banned. It's not recommended at all for Kali Yuga. But still, hypocrisy goes around. There are many people still. You can see them, they're sitting in dhams and holy places, just sitting without doing anything. His only contribution is wearing saffron dress, that's all. And we are supposed to feed him for nothing. Our Acharya used to laugh, at least give him a kulhadi to dig his own food. You know, nobody should be parasite on society. Everybody should contribute something to the society. Then he can have his meal. But somewhere you contribute, no? Just like somebody says, Swamiji, then what you are doing? No, we are contributing, Baba. We are not getting time to sleep also. Something we are doing. Not just sit and, don't contribute anything to society and society. That's not correct, no? That's not good. So first of all, you ask me to renounce work. Then again, you recommend work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely of the two, which is more beneficial? So Krishna is asking to clarify. Okay. Arjuna is asking Krishna, and then now Krishna clarifies again. So these are the various places where Arjuna can spot. Actually, Krishna was very clear what he wants to speak, but when you want to make issue out of anything, you can make issue out of anything. In the 11th to 30th shloka, Krishna has talked about body and soul are separate. Doesn't mean you have to sit down. But for Arjuna, any knowledge means you have to sit down. Knowledge cannot be understood by working. Only sitting, sit down and then you have knowledge. No, you don't need to do that. By devotion service to the Lord, all knowledge is manifest. Okay, so this is how, yes, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 I have given. You can read in the notes, front and back it is. No duty for a person in knowledge, all kind of sacrificial work, permanent knowledge. At the end, Krishna says in the last chapter, get up and fight. So he is confused. Okay. Krishna's answer is clear cut again. Sannyasa Shri Bhagavan Vacha. So he doesn't say Krishna Vacha. I told you from the second chapter. Why Shri Bhagavan? With the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sannyasa Karma Yogascha Nishaya Karao Bhav. Tayotu Karma Sannyasat Karma Yoga Vishishyate. The personality of God replies the renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. But of the two, work in devotion is better than the renunciation of karma sannyasat karma yoga vishishyate. Second time Krishna is telling this, now still it will not get into our head. I have gone to Kumbh Mela. You want to come, go to the next Kumbh and watch. I think one I saw in 2000, I think 2024 will come. Oh my God. The biggest respect is given for karma sannyasis. They are naked. And some of them at least are doing some tapasya. I respect tapasya, we always respect. But some of them take charas and ganja in public. And people put their head on their, when Prime Minister comes, first he goes there. We were there. No, don't want to advertise ourselves. Krishna's grace. We sold every day 10,000 Gita. You can't even believe 10,000 books, either Gita or other small books connected to Gita, 10,000 a day for 30 days. The Prime Minister did not come to congratulate us. He went where these people are sitting naked without doing any work. Here Krishna is saying karma sannyasas, karma yoga vishishyate. Here we are contributing something to society. We are giving them some Vedic literature. People will benefit, no? But they'll benefit just by seeing these people. But there is no sense in the society today. Even today, so many people I meet. Now I have a temple project. I go and meet some people. So they tell me, Swamiji, definitely I'd like to be part of this project. But one thing, no, one day I'll leave everything. I said, well, you cannot leave anything. This karma sannyasa, better is karma yoga vishishyate. Stay wherever you are. There is no need to leave anything, but engage in service to the Lord. That is what is needed. Karma sannyasat, karma yoga vishishyate. Devotion is better than the renunciation of all. Nigas fall down due to fruitive activities. Now, okay, this much understood. Now, the second problem is that people do not know the difference between karma yoga and karma. They say work is worship. Work is not worship. See, karma yoga is worship, but work is useless. The animal is also running around to feed his belly. That is worship or what? Crazy. So what cannot be worship? So many people I meet in the city. Mangalore is the city of doctors, and I told you yesterday, good news. Now we are opening our temple. So I met one doctor. So I asked him, why did you come to temple? He said, see, I'm a good doctor, super specialist. You know, whenever I get time, I go to orphanage and I go to these places and I do free service. And that is God for me. Yeah, that is. In fact, I remember next to my building itself, orphanage was there. And the doctors used to come. They used to tell me, the children, so irritating. In a day, 8 doctors come. Just because in their heart there is only atheism. They cannot serve God. They're trying to do service. There is no service. Mangalore is a very interesting town. No starvation in this town. No anybody without house in this town. People are comfortable. Where you'll go to feed hungry? There is no hungry man in this world. All the temples are feeding free meal in the afternoon. There is no question of somebody being hungry in this temple city. But still, the atheist will not go beyond their Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. They don't understand. Madhav Seva is Manav Seva. Manav Seva is not Madhav Seva. If you want to help somebody, help him completely. Give him spiritual knowledge, give him some moral principles, give him some food, give all the three. Just giving food is nonsense. What is the great thing you achieved? You give complete care, then it is beneficial. Otherwise, it's just temporary. You are giving a relief. Can you feed him whole life? You will not like to do that. You cannot do that also. So best thing is give him a complete care so that he is totally revived. And he will not only that, he will maintain himself. If you don't give him any knowledge, you don't give him any spiritual knowledge, you don't give him values, he will every day come to your house to eat. Are you ready? None of you will be ready for that, only speaking. So you know that just giving food doesn't make sense. We have to give him knowledge, we have to give him some values, we have to give him spiritual knowledge. Then this complete personality, that is beneficial. But still people feel just doing punya is enough. And close your eyes. Now look what happens when you just do punya. There was a king, his name was Nriga. Very big punyatma, very helpful. Doing punya, punya, punya and punya. So one person came to him, a saintly person, said that, see, I'm a little short of funds. You're a king. Can you help me somewhere? Oh, I'll give you charity. He gave him 12 cows. He said, take 1 dozen cows. I think you should be able to help me. Yeah, thank you very much. I think this is a great help. And then what happened? One of the cows somehow ran back to his, big stock. He didn't know that. And next, another situation, one person came and he gave him also 1 dozen cows. And when he's giving, the previous person came back and realized the my cow, he could spot that cow he's giving to him. Oh, such kind of cheat you are, huh? You take cow, give cow to somebody, steal it back, give to other person. Say, I didn't do all that. Yeah, that's what you do. And both of them started discussing and they cursed him to become a lizard. And next life became a lizard. This is your punya. It's a fool's paradise. Nobody can sit on the platform of punya in this world as much you may dream of. You try to do consciously, unconsciously, we harm somebody. You walk, you kill an ant. That's how this world is situated. So you cannot sit on the platform of punya. But if you're constantly engaged in service of Krishna, Krishna will protect you. If unconsciously some offense happens, you're walking, you should be careful. You don't step an ant. If you step an ant, but you are walking for service to Krishna, absorbed in Krishna, Krishna will pardon that offense. Otherwise, this world is very dangerously situated. So King Nriga was finally what happened. He was such a huge lizard. And the Yadavas, they saw this lizard. They tried to pull him out. They could not. So father, what happened? Lizard, huge lizard. So Krishna said, okay. And he knows what's happening. He comes there and he just stretches his hand and touches the lizard. Tuck. He gets relief from his curse by the touch of Krishna's hand. And he takes the form of Devata. And he tells the foolishness of just doing punya karma. He confesses the futility of fruitive activity in this whole story in Bhagavad. And devotion service is the only auspicious activity for the soul. All others, punya, papa is not so much big deal. Prapanchikadaya buddhya hari sambandhi vastu naha mumukshibi parityago vairagyam falka katyate. When a person is eager to achieve liberation, renouncing related to Supreme Personality God, thinking that your material, their renunciation is called incomplete. Something you can use for the Krishna service, you do not use. That is material. You should use for Krishna service. Okay. Don't hesitate. In fact, that's the hallmark of ISKCON. They come, why these temples are so opulent? Yeah, You are ready to come in a hut, he will not come also. We need facilities to preach, not opulence. We are not putting gold on our head. We need facility. We need some place to sit down. Today, I just calculated yesterday, 5,000 people from Mangalore have done this course, just from Mangalore itself. If I invite all of them to come for a program, I don't have a place. I have to invite in batches. So where is the facility? And people want to come. The temple should be neat, clean place. They can have darshan of the Lord. They can attend some pravachan. And they can have sit down and have some prasadam. Place they can meet devotees. A facility is needed. Otherwise, how does it happen? Okay. Many people, when these things come, then what about poor people? I say, acha, yes, so wonderful. When IPL recently happened, they spent 1 lakh crore. That time they don't remember poor people. Eh, they in Gujarat, they opened a huge cricket stadium. They got that trump. And that time they didn't remember poor people. Must have spent another 1 lakh crore. So many nonsense activities. They spent lakhs and lakhs of crores. That time they don't remember poor people. One small temple make for the Lord. What about poor people? Like Kamsa, they can't tolerate Lord to be offered any worship. Heart full of jealousy. Not Kamsa, another one, Shishupal couldn't bear Lord is worship. And Rajsu Yagna, they worshiping Krishna, his heart was burning in anger. It's such people, they forget that in the temple, free meal is distributed. And your poor people will take care of poor people, don't worry. They'll get employment also, and at the end of the day, free meal they will get. But they don't see that. For them, they build a house, they will at least print 25 crores. That time, they don't remember poor people. In the weekend, they party, they blow liquor worth 10 lakh. That time, they don't remember poor people. Somebody must make a small temple of Krishna. What about poor people? Isn't it a joke? Chalo. Karma yoga or karma sannyasa. Neya sanitya sannyasi yona dveshi nakashati nirdondoi mahabhavo sukham bandhat pramuchite. But neither hate nor desire the fruits of activity. That's our outlook should be. Say, suppose you're walking on the road and then you see a cinema hall. Neither you should desire, neither you should hate. Just walk concern. So the fruits of the activities, we should neither hate or desire. Offer them to Krishna. Be detached and offer for the Krishna's pleasure. Okay? Renounce results, not action. Brahmanayadaya karmani sangam tyakta karoti yaha lipyatena sapapena padma patram ivambasa. So see this lotus leaf of the lotus. Even the water falls on it, the water falls back. Okay? So similarly, when it performs the duty without attachment, suddenly the results from the Supreme Lord is not affected by sinful reaction as the lotus leaf is untouched by water. We live in the world. It's very infected world. Rajoguna, Tamoguna, unwanted diseases are there. Just like bacteria, the virus travel, same way unwanted desires travel. So a person should not be affected. Either by the activities or the result of the activity, because everything is offering for Krishna's pleasure. So that it remains, this is the way to live in the world. Padma Patram Ivambasa. Now you can see here is the Acharya, worshipper of the holy name. How nicely you see he is absorbed in the holy name, surrounded by the youth. And you know what touches always the people is the sincerity, not the melody, not the tunes. Some people, when they do kirtan, their focus is on melody and the tunes. These are secondary. It's there or not there, that's not primary. Focus is on the bhakti. This is the Acharya Upasaka, is the Nam Upasaka, worshipper of the holy name. Just is, but meditation is here in the holy name. Hare Krishna. So nice. worshipper of the holy name. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane Gavihasini, Shuni Chaiva Sapake Cha Pandita Samadashina. Another jewel of the shloka in this chapter is Vidya. Now, if you see four kind of people, you see a Brahmana who has knowledge and humility. Where is that here? Here is the Pandita, learned man. When you see the qualified Brahmana, not Bardha Brahmana. Bardha Brahmanas are useless. Simply eat, that's all. In North India, we see them. They're all busy eating because people have various rituals where they're supposed to feed this. But no quality, no knowledge, no humility. So what is important is just by being son of doctor, you don't become a doctor. You have to acquire quality. So what is the quality of Brahmana? He has knowledge and he has Vinaya. Vinaya means humble, gentle. He has the qualified Brahmana, Sampanne. He is the most respected person in the society. Not that he asks for respect, he commands respect by his purity and by his knowledge. And then you have a cow. Cow is such a wonderful animal. Even the urine of cow and cow dung, you can bathe the Lord. It is so pure. Today, people used to previously keep cows. Now people keep dogs because they are like dogs. Bird of same feather flock together. Dog business is only barking. And another thing, to throw urine even on Tulsi. That's why no temple will allow the dog inside the premises. Because one thing, will scare away the devotees. Second thing, pass urine everywhere. So we don't keep him in the temple premises. But cow, yes, can stay in the temple. It's a very pure animal. And then we have elephant, somewhere in between, we can say. And then not only elephant, you have Chandal. There's a Chandal. Chandal means a dog eater. So now there are how many people you see across the species? There is a Brahmana and a Chandal. And then there is a cow and a elephant and a dog. Across the species, across social order. But a qualified Brahmana, Pandita, learned man, does not discriminate. Samadashi means sees with the equal love. Not that now dog comes to temple, cow comes to temple, cow he'll worship. Dog he will not allow to enter the premises. He'll give him food, but not allow him to enter the premises. But cow, please come, no problem. Happily he'll give food. So you say he's discriminating. A Brahmana comes, he may worship him, wash his feet. And a Chandal comes, he will allow him entry, but not wash his feet. So you see, you're discriminating here, it is at Samadashi. How do you understand? The love is the same. What is same? The love is the same, even though our treatment is different. We love equally. Just like, okay, the love should be same. Like Krishna is sitting in everybody's heart. And because he's sitting in everybody's heart, it doesn't need that everybody is a cow. No, somebody has given dog body, somebody elephant body, because that's the kind of activities they have. So is he discriminating? No, love is same. Just like you're a doctor. One patient comes to you, you admit him in ICU, immediately other patient, you say, no, please go. You don't even need medicine. Just go and take some rest. So the patient can say, why you're discriminating? I'm not discriminating. Love is same. But the situation is different. Okay? Very nice shloka. Pandita Samadashi. As a person advances in spiritual life, he loves everybody equally. Through the Lord. He sees the word through the Lord. The Lord loves everybody. He also starts loving. Now there is one shloka on sense enjoyment now. Every chapter has some shlokas on mind control. We are already doing. In fact, much more than that, 27 are there, but some I selected. Mainly they were selected for youth. Yei sansvarshita bhoga dukkhayo nave evate adi antavanda kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. See, we are looking for permanent pleasure. We are not looking for temporary pleasure. So the enjoyment that you get was sense touching sense object that only gives pain. Dukkha yonave. Such pleasures, sensual pleasures have a beginning, they have an end. And a sober person does not delight in such kind of pleasure. Yehi sansvarshija bhoga dukkha yonave evate. Yoni means to give birth. So when you plan sense enjoyment, we think it's going to give me great pleasure. But actually so many problems come. And all the sensual pleasures have a beginning and an end. And a sober person does not delight in them. Okay, so very beautiful shloka. Here is the moth. When they see a light, they run towards the light. And if it's a neon light, they go inside and they are roasted. Here is a deer. And what does deer do? When he sees the nice music, he gets to hear, he's shot dead. When you see a bee, he goes inside a flower and trapped. because of the smell. The fish, because of uncontrollable taste, gets cheated by as a bait. So, and come elephant, because the sex desire. You want to trap a big elephant, you want to do your work, what do? You send a female elephant to chase it. So a female elephant goes near him, he locates her, and this fellow now the hero starts running behind her. And then she goes around a big pit, and his hero makes a shortcut and falls down and is trapped. Then they drag him out by a tractor, and whole life he has to carry wood from this place to another, becomes a slave. So just because the sex drive lost his life, fish lost life because of uncontrollable tongue, uncontrollable ear, and bees uncontrollable smell and uncontrollable sight. All the five senses I showed you. But human life, the problem is all the five senses are very strong. Therefore, you have to be very, very careful. Done. Bhoktaram yagnadavasam sarvalokamahesharam suhridam sarvabhutanam Gyatamam Shamti Rachiti, the last look of this chapter. How you can achieve peace. If you want to achieve peace, you should do these things. Number one, Krishna is the only enjoyer. Today, all our problem is we want to enjoy. Just forget that. Every moment think how you have to make Krishna happy. Then there will be peace. We are artificially trying to imitate the Lord. How they can be artificial things will last. It will not work out. Okay? Krishna is the enjoyer. Let me supply enjoyment to Krishna. I am not the bhokta. I'm not enjoyer. I am rather participating in the Lord's enjoyment, cooperating in the Lord's enjoyment. And therein lies, in this loving service to the Lord, lies my happiness. When you accept somebody as an enjoyer and supply him things, then what he will give you? Love and gratitude. And that love of God is what we all need. Sarvaloka Maheswaram. Krishna is the owner of everything. So we fight. This is my land, that's your land. No, sir. Everything belongs to Krishna. Just like we had division of some states in India. Andhra got divided, Andhra and Telangana. There was no war and bloodshed. Yeah, that's the administrative boundary. Uttar Pradesh got divided, Uttaranchal, no bloodshed. It's an administrative boundary, that's all. Sarvaloka Maheswaram. Our Acharya Prabhupada used to say, in United Nations, they should pass a resolution. The earth belongs to Krishna. You see the peace after that. So Hridam Sarva Bhutana, how much happy you feel if the Prime Minister of the country is your personal friend. And Krishna says, not personal, I'm your best friend for every living entity. How much happiness and peace you feel when you see the Supreme Personality Godhead who creates unlimited universes. He is my best friend. He is himself saying, I'm your best friend. Correct? I may say, but he will not agree here. He is saying, I'm your best friend, a well-wishing friend. Suhrida means always wishing well for us. So if the three things you agree, then where there is any disturbance, we should be very, very peaceful. Gyata Mam Shanti Rachiti. If you want peace, you have to accept these three formulas. Done, this chapter is finished. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, yesterday you had told me to remind about birth and death video, that you have to show the birth and death video.
I showed birth and death video now. I'll show it after, I think, the mind control techniques, because then I'll disconnect from the broadcast. Some people are there. Can you see how many people are there in the live?
There are 245.
In the live, not here.
In the live, I will
Check,
just.
Prabhuji.
YouTube.
Yes, Prabhuji, I will check.
Yeah, chalo. So we start that. Now, just before we do Krishna's stick, I'll show. Okay, then now we have. So today is mental methods.
Prabhuji, 30 are watching, Prabhuji.
Only 30 people. Take it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So here we are yesterday. And you can hear my voice even now. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, better, Prabhuji.
No, my voice is clear. You can hear now.
Yes, Prabhuji, it is clear.
Now can you hear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Now also you can hear, no? No problem.
Yes, Prabhuji, it is clear.
Hare Krishna. My voice I just wanted to test. You can hear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Uh, now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now you can hear?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
You can hear now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now tell me you can hear now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now you can hear?
Yeah. It is clear.
It's clear either way?
Yeah, it is
Okay.
clear either way. Yeah.
Okay, I do not know because there's some in the, okay, I'll manage. Chalo, let us go to the next presentation. We have done how many? Some, oh, not this. Hmm. Yeah. Sattva Rajas Tamas is the first part of mental techniques. In fact, Sattva Guna is a force, Rajoguna is a still stronger force, Tamoguna is a crushing force which disturb our consciousness. Let us see how the behavior changes when the three modes are operating. In fact, later chapter, there is a very beautiful analysis, Sattva Rajas Tamas. We will do that whole chapter dedicated on that. But today, we're just studying some basics for mind control. See, see, there are two girls here holding something. This is a bottle of liquor. And other girl is holding a bottle of coconut water. Okay? It's understandable. A simple video, but the point is very strong. Now, what happens is that one by one, three people will come. The first person comes is a sattvic person. And they're nicely depicted, coming in white clothes, representing Sattva. And she has a very clear discrimination. Oh, and just take coconut water. Not an issue at all. It goes clear. The next person coming is a Rasic person. So what does he do? The Rasic person comes. He cannot uh, struggles, but doesn't take the liquor. Takes only the Rasic person means now is confused. Sattva is clear what is to be done, what is not to be done. Rajoguna is a bit of confusion. So he's thinking, should I take or not to take? And finally takes coconut water, but keeps looking at this bottle even till the end. There's Rajoguna. Mind is already polluted. Even though simple activities may not be there, but mind is polluted. This is Rajoguna. The force of illusion is more now. Tamoguna force of illusion is so strong. Now, just like a colored glass, you start seeing things differently. Tamasic person sees coconut water is waste of time and he drinks liquor. That is his intelligence. Vinashakale, okay. What is the difference between the three scenes below? This person is mad, this is disturbed, this is happy. This is Sattvic, this is Rasic, Tamasic. Sattvic person is doing a lot of hard work. Any unwanted desire he comes, he removes it from the mind, ignores it and gets it out. Rasic person is a bit complacent. Tamasic person is very, very careless with his desires and system has gone. He has developed bad habits which are only harming him. So there is Sattvic, Rasic and Tamasic. Let us see more. Sattvic person, there are good desires, bad desires. Tamasic person, bad desires, travel. My God, activities also happen. Just see again. Tamasic person, what happens? Bad desires come and he's not able to filter them out. They keep proceeding through his system and do sinful activities. But a Sattvic person, Tamasic person, good desires, he just thinks about that, doesn't cultivate. See, thinking, feeling, willing, just understand. Thinking means just like you see a snake. Thought, feeling means, snake here, snake. Willing means decision to run. Three stages. Now you can see this video how Tamasic person is giving association. There's a Tamasic association and inducing him to take to sinful activities. And this is Rasic person. There, what happens? Both good and bad desires reach the stage of the feeling. And here, next is, we can say, this is a Rasic person. This is a Rasic association. You can achieve it. You should work hard. You can do it. You have to reach the goal. You have to become basically all selfish desires for personal name, fame, wealth, comfort. This is Rasic. Today, most of the people are tamoguna, they're promoted by rajoguna. All the motivation speakers are just rastic fellows. But actually, highest guna is sattva where person works without fruits. Tamasic person doesn't work, he sleeps. Rasic person works, but work for some selfish aim. A sattvic person works as a matter of duty, highest platform. So bad desires, it filters out. Good desires, he encourages. And he's a great. Every angle is perfect and also is very happy. This is a sattvic association. Okay, I have switched off the audio because it is copyrighted video. Later, when I go to the 14th chapter, when you teach 3 more, so I'll actually show to you. Different levels of consciousness. Now we discussed this in the 3rd chapter. There are different platforms. Again, we will revise. Bodily platform is the lowest platform where mind, senses, mind, intelligence, soul is all switched off. The person becomes, when Panchakosha, similar thing, becomes dull and tamasic, sleeps and is addicted to vices. This is better. Rasic platform, where they overcome lethargy, and that's what all the motivation speakers do. Work hard, you can achieve, look at him, you can believe in yourself, all nonsense. And better than sleeping, but there is not much higher. Animal can also stay in these 2 platforms. Better platform, little Sattva, where you overcome lethargy and overcome harassment of the senses. Person is very calm, extremely calm. He wants knowledge. He wants money and power. He just wants to sleep. The 3 kind of people. And even better is the person who understands intellectual platform, difference between body and soul. And then above him, the person who is enjoying spiritual happiness and service to the Lord. So there is happiness everywhere, but happiness increases. Many people say happiness stage of mind. Okay, but the stage of mind can be 5 different platforms. Very systematic, very organized. How the mind degrades is interesting. It's just like a fire. When it starts small, becomes big. Avalanche starts small, becomes big. The same way we discuss the shloka in the 2nd chapter. First thing is contemplation, that leads to attachment, that leads to lust, that leads to anger, that leads to delusion and loss of memory and fall down. So this loss of memory, loss of intelligence, and then fall down. So this is what is 8 stages described. We should be careful right in the beginning. Right in the beginning, when cut off a desire, saves all the trouble. Once the desire becomes strong in our system, then it becomes very difficult to save ourselves. Oh, it's a standard problem. So dhyayate vishya sangas teshu vijayate sangas sanchayate kama kama krodha vijayate krodha bhavati sammoha sammoha siddhi vibrama siddhi vamshat buddhi nashat pranashati. This is the 8 stages the mind goes through. Any one sense can destroy us, any one of the sense. You say, okay, the fish is given a bait, it jumps on it, the moth is given a fire. And we discussed, just now we discussed this. And elephant takes sex desire uncontrollably. But our problem, I told you, all the 5 senses are very strong. Sasarpe grihe vasham mitu evana samshaya. Chanakya says this living with the senses is like living with 6 serpents, and the death is certain. The 6th sense is always compared to the mind. And then death is certain if you don't train these senses, don't take care. And when you are bitten by the senses, then you think all this foolishness is happiness. Actually, it is not happiness. It is killing ourselves. Just like a camel, when he's very hungry, he starts drinking his own blood. He starts biting thorn, his own blood comes to the mouth. That's called fool's paradise. So some person thinking this all is enjoyment, actually drinking his own blood. Going to die soon. The regulative principles of freedom, 11th one. Yeah, so we have to follow some rules and regulations. We should not be proud. Pride means don't destroy nature, don't disrespect sages. Other living entities that are like your younger brothers, please take care of them. Intoxication, alcohol, drugs, tobacco, and pan. Gambling, horse race, stock market, casino, lotteries, quick buck business. Illicit, extravagant, it's like obscene, vulgar talk. So you can see across it is divided very systematically. So we should follow all these things. Then this form of filter. What are the filter now again? No intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling, no pride. But you say, no, I don't like restriction, jump from building. That is not restriction. That is foolishness. You are all so-called freedom will end. So following the regulative principles is actually freedom. So if you follow 4 regulations, then your actions become pure. And actions become pure, then the mind is pure. When the mind is pure, you have peace of mind, then is happiness. Many people, they write before exam, I'm not able to study. So I request them, strictly follow the 4 regulative principles, your mind will always be calm. They immediately disconnect because they don't want to do that. They want to maintain girlfriend, they want to drink, they want to do all nonsense activities, and they want peace of mind. How it is possible? How it is possible? That doesn't work out. Just like say, suddenly you have to lift 100 kilo, you understand your strength has come down. So they don't know. 1 week before they pick up the book, they understand they're not able to study one word. The mind is so disturbed now. Then you understand testing situation come what the condition of the mind is. Like you may think you're a great wrestler, but a great weightlifter, but if you're lost in health, you cannot pick up 100 kilos. So in the same way, the mind degrades, you may not be even aware. So when testing situation comes like exam, or you sit down in the morning, try to chant Hare Krishna, you can see where the mind is situated, gradually evolve and purify. Out of sight, out of mind. You see a tiger, when they catch a tiger, they starve him for some time, then they tame him. Not immediately they enter. It's so much practical. Something, I remember I'm working in Infosys and boy came, he was my senior. So I'm getting into some problem. I said, what is the problem? See, one girl is telling me, if you don't marry me, I'll commit suicide. I say, oh my God, did he mean that? I said, no, I just sometimes giving her company. That's all. So then what to do? You are going to Hare Krishna, any intelligence idea here? I said, do you have some leaves? Oh, I have a lot of leaves. I can take 1 month vacation. I said, take vacation and come back. And he went to the boss and requested some urgent thing, works there at home. He said, okay, you have vacation for. Just an example again. He came after 1 month, the girl had forgotten. Same girl saying, I'll commit suicide. Out of sight, out of mind. So if there is something harassing you, you take help of somebody or with the willpower, just keep that object out of sight for some time. You'll forget that object and you're peaceful. By putting ghee on fire, the fire doesn't reduce. Rather by neglecting it, you can slowly reduce it. Then is mind is everything? What do you think become very interesting? See, around 60 to 70,000 thoughts go to the mind every day. Most of them are bad. So you have to immediately filter out. Watch your thoughts, otherwise they become your words. Watch your word, they become your action. Watch your action, they become habit. Watch your habit, they become character. Character become destiny. Again, revise. Watch your thought become words become actions become habits become character, and character becomes that's your destiny. It becomes your destiny. The greatest discovery time by changing our thought, we can alter our life. There is a discovery, it's already there in Gita. We have the Vishya Pusa. But anyway, take credit, be happy. It's a good thing to do. That by changing our thoughts, we can alter our life. So just think what you want to think. There is a total free will for you to think what you want at any moment. Okay, do not chase illusory pleasures. Because material pleasures are nowhere except in our hallucination, just don't exist. So why waste time chasing our pleasures which do not exist? Take spiritual pleasures, you'll be happy. Just like you see a snake in the road. Where is the snake? In your mind, not in the road. On the road, rope was there. Problem is yours, not of the snake. Why the mind our enemy? Because it makes us chase after non-existent pleasure. Very nice. Remember, temporary, illusory, miserable enjoyment. Bound or free, the choice is yours. Being a slave to a bad habit or servant a good habit, the choice is yours. So you can choose habits. We are nothing but set of habits. Choose good habits, cultivate good habits to change the person. We make habits and habits make us. So we can have love of God, which can deteriorate to lust. And then that, suppose it has happened, that's what is there in this world. By good association, positively harnessed, then you experience Saptaguna, and then you experience love of Godhead and engage in activity of eternal bliss. Otherwise, the lust can go down to wrath, and to illusion, more ignorance, suffering continues. So at left, where you want to take your lust, you can go up, purify, get love of God back on, go back to Godhead, or your unwanted desires maintain in the heart and they keep harassing. Hare Krishna. So I finished mental methods also. I wanted to show one video to all of you. And then we start.
Prabhuji, YouTube live.
Thank you. Thank you.